Candi, you know, as a parent, I always want more options when it comes to my child's education. And we do seem to have a lot out there. But even with options like charter schools, public schools, private schools, what if a parent has economic difficulties and can't afford those? It just seems like they're out of luck. Let's start this discussion, first of all, by telling me what school choice is.
Right. Well, school choice comes in a lot of different forms, but the most important idea driving the whole concept is that the taxpayer money for education follows the child and meets that child's needs rather than following a government bureaucracy, you know, and putting money into that instead of benefiting the child. So what we have now, like you were saying, is parents getting hit with a double whammy because on top of already spending a portion of their taxpayer money for public education, they a lot of times are paying hefty prices for private school tuition or homeschooling supplies because the public schools in their area may not be meeting their child's unique needs. So the way that school choice really helps with that is by empowering parents to make decisions to direct how that money, how that taxpayer money is going to be spent on their child in a way that best meets their child's unique needs. And really it's a revolutionary concept because it turns the tables on who's calling the shots in the education system, because now it makes the schools accountable to the parent rather than being accountable to these union leaders, politicians, government bureaucracies, because they're the ones perceived as being in control of all the money.
Now, what would some of these school choice things look like?
Right. Well, a lot of ways that this is being put into practical form is, for example, opportunity scholarships. What those do is allow families to apply for scholarships and then use those at a public or private school of their choice. And when this first started out, Kim, it was really focusing on families that needed it most, like those in lower income brackets or families with special needs children. But now we're seeing this really broadening out to including more families, more in the middle income bracket. Indiana, for example, passed one of the largest school choice opportunity scholarship programs in the nation. We've also got things like tax credit programs where individuals or corporations can donate to organizations that then turn around and make available scholarships for families and students. One of the things that I'm most excited about are education savings accounts. These are really on the cutting edge of the school choice movement, and what they do is, well, it works a lot like medical savings accounts. It allows parents to put a portion of their taxpayer money for education in that account, and then they can use it to pay for things like homeschooling supplies, private school tuition, and then even if there's some left over, they can use that for college expenses, and that's happening right now in Arizona, so that's pretty exciting to see. That really gives parents a lot of choice. I would be negligent if I didn't mention public school choice. You know, there's a lot of choice within the public schools, and so we've got online schooling, we've got charter schools that are really popular right now. And charter schools have a lot more freedom from the red tape and regulation that traditional public schools have, because the way that works is they exchange, they get that freedom in exchange for being more accountable to agreements that they've set out in their charter or contract, so they can be closed down more easily if they don't meet those educational goals or they fail to educate kids. But really the most important point in all this is that parents need to make their voice heard to let their elected officials, their school officials know what kind of choice they want in their state and in their district.